everybody, and welcome back to Creative Expeditions. In today's video we are going to be building an addition onto our clothes shop. In the last video we started building the fish and chip shop, which we'll be going back to at the end of today's video. However, first we are going to start by building our addition onto the clothes shop. Now, I've just started experimenting with some different blocks, and I've decided that acacia wood is the best block we're going to use. So we're going to use acacia wood, and then later on in the video we're going to make a little fish and chip game, which is also going to be very exciting. But for now we're just going to build on our little extension to the shop. I'm gonna make the roof out of purple wool. So let's make the roof. It's quite a small roof area. There's not going to be much headspace, but that's basically because it's not going to be very big. It's just going to sell a few things, and it's going to be actually quite small. The floor is going to be made out of stone wood bricks. Let's use stone bricks. Where are stone bricks? Stone bricks. Stone bricks. Stone bricks. Actually, let's just use normal bricks. That's quite a nice brick texture. So now all we need to do is get rid of the floor, put some torches up, and we can decide what we're going to sell in this part of the shop. I'm very excited for our little fish and chip game, which we're going to do later. It's basically fish and chip quick. That's what the game's going to be called. But you'll find out more about that later. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put some torches up, because we're going to need them to brighten up the room a little bit, and then we can get the item frames ready to put some new clothes up. So let's get the item frames. Item frame, there we go. And now what we can do is we can place them in, and we can put loads of different type of armor. So we're going to need leather, chainmail, and then I might have another colour leather, because I know you can get lots of different colours with leather. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I've got 15 spaces. We can then use, if we get rid of that torch and then put another one there, we can put 4 sets of armour. So let's use chainmail to start with. So we're going to get all the chainmail armour. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And now we've got those, we can put them up on our little stand. So we can put all the chain armour here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have some different colours. We're going to have blue, we're going to have black, we're going to have red, and we're going to have yellow. So blue, black, red, and yellow. So first we're going to need our red. So that's just plain normal leather armour. So let's get that to start with. So we've got the helmet, actually no, I think it's a cap. The cap, the tunic, the trousers, and then the boots. And I've got all them, we can put them up on our little board. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So now we've got the red. Now all we're going to need to do is we're going to need to place in the other colours. Hold on. Have I counted this right? No, I haven't. Wait, have I? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. No, I haven't. We're going to need to put a new item frame in, so let's get the item frame. There we go. And also we're going to need the torches again, because I miscounted. I'm not a very good mathematician, as you can tell. Doing maths in a video also is something really hard. Oh, villagers just came in. This is the shopkeeper. Hello, Mr. Shopkeeper. You doing good today? You doing good? Just look at his eyes. They're very green. Hello, Mr. Shopkeeper. What are you going to sell me today? Okay. I think I know. More and more clothes. Always clothes with him. Clothes. Clothes. Always clothes. Okay, so now we've got enough, we can get some of our armour. So we're going to get some yellow dye. So we've got yellow dye there. And then here, now what we're going to do is we are going to brighten up them a bit. How are you supposed to do that? How are you supposed to change their colour? How are you supposed to do that? How are you supposed to change the colour? I don't know. Okay then. Okay, I don't know. How are you supposed to do that? I bet all of you are thinking, it's easy, you're dumb. And that's probably true. So we are going to wait to put them in for the next video because I don't know how to do them. So we're going to leave it like that for now, and we're going to have to leave. But what we'll do is we're going to go over to my little cabin and we're going to sleep the night. So let's walk over there, hopefully not trying to bump into too many mobs on the way. Is this the way? Is this the way down to my little cabin? Here it is. Here's my cabin. Go inside, and we need to get a new dog. I think that's something we do need to do today. So we'll get a new dog, and then we can start thinking about our game, our fish and potato game. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to try and get our dog. So let's get a spawn wolf egg, and then all we're going to need is a bone. Where do you get bone? You get in bone. Where do you get bone? Miscellaneous. Oh, there you go. So now we've got the bone, we can spawn in the wolf, and then we can hopefully get a dog. Oh, it's my little doggy. He's going to stay here now because I don't want to lose another dog after I lost my first dog. What should you be called? I'm going to call you Barney because that's what my dog's called in real life. So, if you didn't know, I do have a little dog. He's called Barney. So basically, what we're going to do now is we're going to head down to the fishmonger, fish and chip shop, fish and potato shop, whatever you want to call it. And we are going to finish this off before making a little game inside of the shop, which is going to be very exciting. So let's get inside of the shop. And this is what we built in the last video. So what we're going to have is we sell clownfish and pufferfish, cooked fish and raw fish, and cooked salmon and raw salmon. However, one thing that we are going to have is we're going to have some silverfish in case people are idiotic enough to come into the shop and buy a silverfish, which I bet will taste absolutely horrible. So let's put the silverfish in here because we're going to need them for the experiment. So let's put the silverfish in. And here is going to be where we get the potatoes. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to need a chest, and then we're going to need to get our potatoes because we're going to need them to go with our things. So we're going to have, should we have jacket potatoes or should we have baked potatoes? Let's just have jacket potatoes. I think they look very nice. So we'll put what they called a large chest. I was about to say a big chest, but a large chest here, and we need to make them full of potatoes. There's only one in there at the moment, but that's absolutely fine. So now we have fish and potato shop. I reckon it's pretty much done. What we're going to be doing is we're going to make a little station where we can actually go fishing, and it's going to be like a little mini game. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some wool, so make it nice and colourful. We are going to build it out of, do you remember I said purple wool in the last video, and we never actually used much purple wool? So what we're going to do is we're actually going to make our little fishing pond over here so we can get all the water. So let's get the water, and then we can place it in there. So there's the water, and we can make it nice and deep. So, and then what we're going to do is we're going to just get loads of fish. So raw fish, and what we're going to do is we're just going to put them in there. Drop. I nearly forgot how to drop an item there. It's Q, isn't it? So Q. There you go. So now that's in the pond. That will stay there. But what the aim of the game is you need to fish out, run in. You need to get the fish. Then what you need to do is you're going to run to this furnace out here. You're going to cook the fish. Then you're going to quickly serve it to a customer. So there's going to be a furnace there. We're going to need to put coal in it. So let's get the coal in it. It's basically a bit of a race. So the first person goes, you see how long it takes them. And it goes like that. So what you're going to do is, let's say, we're going to have a bit of a tester game. And in the next video, I'm going to invite a bunch of friends in to help me play this game. So what you're going to do is you're going to have some dispensers. We're going to have a dispenser, which is going to dispense out fish. So let's get the dispenser now. So I'm not very good at redstone, in case any of you knew. I'm not very good. And what you're going to need to do is we're going to need to get some redstone so that we can make a trail. So let's get that. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to fill this up with fish. So let's try and make this work. I think it might just be easier if we just have a pressure plate there. Will that sound it off? Hopefully, we just get a pressure plate. If we stand on it, will it work? Let's see. If I put a fish in there, yeah, that works. So, and then once you get it, basically what you're going to do is you're going to run outside as fast as you can. You're going to cook the fish. It will cook. And then what you're going to do is you're going to run behind the counter, and then you're going to try and drop it onto those pads, which is when you know that it's done. And you're going to have lots of turns of trying to get the fish on there, but it's basically a race to try and cook it as quick as you can, get the fish, and then run back as fast as you can, and drop it onto the pad. And then it should be done. However, I think we need to make a bit of a twist, because it's quite a boring game at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that it's actually set on fire in between. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some flint and steel, and we're going to light this up in a netherrack. And we're going to light it up, and basically what you've got to do is you've got to try and get through without dying. So we're going to get the netherrack, and then we're going to light it with our flint and steel. So let's light it. We're going to have a bit of a tester game. Hopefully, is it going to... No, it's not going to set that on fire. So what you're going to do is then you're going to have to try and run through the fire, get it, and then run back through the fire. And the reason it's going to be fire is because in the next video, for the first time in Creative Expedition history, we're going to have some friends on, and for the first time as well, we're going to be playing Creative Expeditions in survival. That doesn't really make sense, but we're going to be playing it in survival. I'm really hoping this doesn't set on fire. I'm trusting you, fire, that you don't set the whole building on fire. Okay, so we have 4 attractions now in our Creative Expeditions land. We have our buildings all over the place. Here we have our castle and tower. Over here we have my little cabin. Over here is the wonderful fish and chip shop with my very special game that I built today. And through here is my clothes shop, which will also be editing in the next video when I find out how to colour your armour. But that's enough for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.